Hi, everyone, and welcome to this week's Global Intelligence Update. As always, we've got a great guest with us, and joining us this week is Claire Boscq. And if you don't know who Claire is, let me just give you guys a quick introduction. Claire is the #1 woman on customer experience global gurus list, an international keynote speaker, and founder of the Jersey Customer Experience Alliance, with over 3 decades of expertise in customer experience, mystery shopping, and employment engagement. She is an authority in the CX industry. As the creator of the BizShui Method, Claire blends the ancient wisdom of Feng Shui with modern business needs to help organizations increase their profitability by elevating their customer experience and energizing the people with harmonizing their places so leaders and teams can feel happy, valued, and proud of the difference they make. Claire is also an author of 4 books, including 2 bestsellers, and has delivered keynotes in over 30 countries in both English and French. She's a passionate advocate for nurturing cultures built on trust, engagement, and care, and brings the highest energy and heart to every stage she steps on. Claire, thanks for joining us. So glad you could make it. We're really looking forward to your session today, as always. So, yeah, no, the stage is yours.
Fabulous. Thank you so much. Thank you. It does, when you make your introduction, it's like, maybe I should make it slightly shorter, just to, but it's so powerful, right? We love it when we keynote speakers and we have good bio to introduce ourselves with. So good morning, everybody. It's fabulous to see you today. How are you all feeling? Yeah, a bit of thumbs up. Yeah, yeah. 1, 2. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Even without, the cameras, I can see you thumbs up. So that's all good and fabulous. We have today probably about 35 minutes where I'll share a little bit about Feng Shui and what it's all about. But then I'd like to see if we can do a bit of a challenge, and maybe one of you may want to join with their phone and actually have a little tour around their office and show me the office, and we can actually talk a little bit about what's happening in your office and give you some tips there and then, because it makes it a lot more real when you're actually looking at something and be able to change things straight away. So think about it. I'm giving you 30 minutes to think about it. If you do want to put your hands up or put it in the chat, and then Chris will say, well, yeah, we're going to jump in with whoever decides to do it, and then we'll do a little bit of that. So Feng Shui. What was all that about? Well, 15 years ago, I decided to set up my own business. I'd been working in hospitality for pretty much all my life, really. Been running hotels for 10 years, and 15 years ago, I was getting divorced, and things were, working in the hotels as the managers. That wasn't a right, environment. My kids were 6 and 10, and it was really kind of time where I just needed to kind of do something totally different. So I decided to chuck the husband, chuck the job, sell the house, and start up on my own. And I realized that there was a little gap in the market on my little island of Jersey, and that was mystery shopping. So, how did we measure the customer experience on the island? So that was it. That was my big idea. I was going for it. That was where I'm going. I've been passionate and I've been working in the service industry all them years, and I was going to do that. So very exciting time. And then I changed home. Obviously, I was with the kids and I had a new home, and my desk was against the wall. So my face was actually looking at the wall. And I felt for many months down my head that I kept banging my head literally against the wall. That was just that feeling that nothing was working in the business. It was a new business. It should have been really kind of good and going, but no, it was like banging my head against the wall. And one day, I had a keynote speaker, a UK lady who came on the island, and we were talking, and she was talking about Feng Shui. And we started chatting about it. It really intrigued me. And we talked about the environment and how this affects us, and how she absolutely love it and bring it into everything that she did. And suddenly I was hooked. I bought the book. I started reading it, and that was like, whoa! I was like a mad woman, demented. My children were like, what is happening in the house? I'd moved everything around. I shifted all the energy. I turned my desk around, and suddenly, whoa, things were started flowing, and it was just magic how changing my energy around me started changing the energy around my business and what we did. So for many, many years, because really my business was still very corporate and I was talking to businesses and the organization about customer experience, I've never really talked about Feng Shui really out loud. I talked about environment psychology, and that was a very good word for that. It was a very, very corporate word, but really, what does that mean? We were not really too sure. So the pandemic arrived, and like many of you, many of us, well, I lost the business in 3 days. 15, well, 12 years of business. I had franchised the business. I'd had about 150 mystery shoppers working for me. I was started traveling and doing keynotes around the world. And in 3 days, it was gone, all gone. And at that point, I really kind of went really down. And that was a moment in my life where I wasn't in control at all. The pandemic had control of everything, and I was still a single mom, and I still had my responsibility. I still get upset about it, just talking about it. And I went down, and I went down, and I really couldn't get myself up from crying every day and feeling sorry for myself. I'd lost faith in everything. I'd lost faith in myself. I'd lost faith in everything. And I cried so much, I don't think I had any tears left in my body. And one night I went up to bed early because, again, I was just crying, and the kids just, I didn't want them to see me again crying. And both of them came up and they lied in bed with me. And my daughter put her hand on me and say, "Mom, it's going to be okay." And it was like an electric shock. And I was like, my daughter is telling me it's going to be okay. That's not right. I should be there for them. What is going on? I really need to kind of wake myself up from that. So I did. That next morning, I went for a walk. I started thinking, all the tools and all the knowledge that I know. How can I not get myself out of that hole that I was going down and down and down? And so I came back and I started shifting my energy within my home. I shifted the whole living room. I moved my office around. The kids looked at me and said, "This is it. She's on and one again." Well, suddenly the energy shifted because I shifted. Everything from the outer to the inner really became very clear. And that moment as well, I was thinking, well, if now isn't the moment for me to help people bringing better energy into their home, because everybody is in their home working from a kitchen table or a side of a bed. Now is the time where I need to bring Feng Shui into businesses, into people's life, because this is the only way they're going to be able to get through that pandemic. So thinking about it, how can I blend the Feng Shui principles and still make it something that people will connect with? I created BizShui, and that's what BizShui was all about. In those days, so that was 5 years ago, I created that blend between the business, our personal state of being, and the environment that we got around us. Because people don't realize that. Not everybody realize that the outer energy affect our inner energy. So when the pandemic was there, and it's still now, I think all of you work a little bit about and understand the energy and what it's all about. Dovi and I had that conversation about a week ago about the inner energy. But what affect us and the stress and the mental, the well-being, overwhelming, all those things will be affected by your outer energy. So today I want to share with you 3 environmental steps. Really, those are the 3 steps. You need to look in your environment to really create better flow in it. So we need to talk about clearing, we'll talk about feng shuiing, and we'll talk about protecting a little bit as well. Because really, how we feel affect the way we think and affect the way we behave. And this is kind of, that's we all know that that's our state of being. So if we feel good in ourselves, we'll be positive, we'll be smiling, we'll be attracting the right people, we'll be in that great mode and really kind of fantastic place. When you're feeling down and you're in an environment which is grey and it smells and there's no light and and it's like, oh, you're gonna be like that, right? And this is why we need to make people realize, and businesses. And I think that when I talk to businesses, I often bring the Maslow pyramid into that conversation, because for any individual, any of us to really feel motivated and be able to feel fulfilled in our lives, we need to achieve certain levels. So we need to have food, we need to have air, we need to feel safe in our environment. We need to have people who love us, and a place where we feel belonging. And then we're going to starting feeling, a way of accomplishment. And then we're feeling that, what, we're really doing it. So the Maslow pyramid, when I talk to corporate, makes them understand that we all have that need, and they need to be able to fulfill those needs in a corporate environment to help their employees feel good in their places. So there's several schools of Feng Shui. There's several ways of doing. I think there's principles of it, and people have adopted those principles into the different schools. But today I'm going to share with you those three main principles. And the first one is Shi. It's energy. Energy is all around us. It's called prana in India. It's ki in Japan, ha in Hawaii. And it really is the life force energy. And energy is in everything. It's in us. It's on the tables. It's all around. We probably don't, well, we don't see it. We may feel it sometimes. We'll have those guts feelings sometimes. It's that energy comes in, comes out. There's good energy, there's bad energy. And that's because there's the second principle, which is the Taos. You've all seen the Taos, the yin and the yang. And there's a little bit of a yin in the yang, and there's a little bit of yang in the yin, because energy is all around. So the in the Taos, the yin energy is the feminine energy. It's the calm, it's the dark, it's the moonlight, it's the intuitive side of things, the calming side of things. And in the yang energy, it's the power, it's the masculine, it's the action, it's the doing. But we can't have one without the other, because if you have too much yin energy, well, if you have no yang in it, you'll be dead. Right? That's just as simple as that. And if you've got too much energy, you'll just be hyper all the time. You wouldn't be able to cope with it, because you'll just be going crazy with too much yang energy. So everything in life has to have a bit of a yin and a bit of a yang. And to create harmony, that's where we need to look, to really kind of create that balance between the yin and the yang. And then we've got two sides of our brain, right? We know all that. The left side, which is the masculine energy. So that's our action, that's our doing, that's the neocortex brain. That's the one I say, right, let's go and do things. It's the conscious brain. And then we've got the right side of our brain. And the right side, that's the feminine energy, that's the intuition, that's the feeling, the touching, that's that subconscious level. And I don't know if you know that, but 95% of our decision making is made by our subconscious. Yes. So when we feel something right, we're going to do it. We're going to buy it. I went I I always told that story about going to garden center, and I had actually a Feng Shui masterclass, and I wanted to put some nice plants on my table and put, a little bit of colors in it. So I went to the garden center, and I had 10 minutes. So I was on my total yang energy, and I had to go. I exactly knew which plant I was going to go. I parked the car, go through the door, arrived there, and as I was going straight to my right, I could see the shoe sales signs on. I mean, come on, ladies. Sales on shoes. My right brain took over. I could not go there. It was like magic. It was like suddenly I was transported into the shoe department, and it took over my brain. My limbic brain took over. Okay, I did buy my plants. I did buy two pair of shoes as well. But the subconscious level of it is that our right brain and our subconscious take over. the emotion side of it takes over. So we need to think about that when we're actually creating our environment for our customers and for yourselves as well. Connect on an emotional level. That's what we're trying to do. The third principle that I want to talk to you about today is the 5 elements of nature. In China, in Egypt, they knew very well that, nature is all around us, and that's what creates our world, right? And to create a healthy, harmonious, feeling good environment, we need to have 5 elements, because the water will feed wood, wood feeds fire, fire feeds earth, earth feeds metal, and metal feeds water. So in that circle, if you want to create harmony in your environment, you need to have some of the 5 elements. And really, you think, oh, that could be complicated, but it's not at all. If you just think about a plant, if it's just in your desk, or, if you've got an environment where you have to go into an office, not necessarily your own personal office, you could just have a plant with all the elements, the red for the fire, the metal could just be, normally this is underneath, so it doesn't necessarily see it, but I brought it out for you. You got the soil, which is there, the tree, which is growing, and the water, which I pour in. So as an environment, as something very simple to create, you can have your 5 elements within your desk, on your desk, with you, around you. But think about it. If you had too much fire, too much energy, you could see sometimes some red bedrooms or red sofa, living room. Oh, you would never be able to sleep if you had a red bedroom. Never ever put red in a bedroom because it's just way too much fire, right? So to enable, reducing that fire element, you would have to add some water to it or some metal into it. And that's what we do when we're looking at the environment. It's really creating the harmony. So you've got the yin and yang, you've got that creation that the two energies are working together. And you've got the 5 elements as well, which, help you to create that harmonious, that feeling. Nature is all around us, and it feeds us, it feeds our soul, and it feeds our energy. Okay, the next principle, the third principle, I'm actually going to be sharing my screen because I want to show you this, because yeah, I will need to talk to you over it. Okay, can you see that map? Okay, yeah, some thumbs up. Yeah, cool. Okay, so we talk about what that principle is, the energy map of your home, of your office space, of your business space. And what you need to look at, the My Feng Shui school looks at going through the front door. So our front door opens up the energy of our home, of our space. So where we've got the door is always the energy flows through the door. So wherever you have your door, probably down below where you got the blue, the black, and the gray, that's where you would have your front door. And then you look at your space as a square, as a 9 square, and then you can create that kind of TikTok kind of, and then you would have your 9 areas of your life within your home or within your business or within your office. So even your desk, even your car, you can do that on anywhere. So that's where we normally do it. And this particular one I share with you is the map that I created with for the business. So if we're looking at your office space, if you were looking at your desk, so in your home, wherever you're working, this is where the 9 areas start. So you would have the gray space right down below on the right hand side, and that's your travel and your tribe. The networking, the people who support you, the circle of excellence people, all of those people will be in that area there. The next square will be your business, your career. The black, you want some water in it. You want to add, what is your vision? If you have a vision board, you would want to have it in there. You want to have some water elements. So if when you go to a Chinese restaurant, will always have a fish tank in the entrance, because the entrance will bring that water and that prosperity. So that's where your fish tank will go. And then you've got your self and development. And that's the area of training and self-accomplishment and what do I need to learn. You may have some books in there. You may have some Buddhas if you want Buddhas and create your own kind of space, spiritual space. That would be the really good area to look at. If we go up a bit, that's in the middle. The green space is our growth, and in a business is our culture, is our structure. So who are the team? If you have a map of all your team, you could put that in there. And you want growth. You want a big tree in that space. You want something that grow and really flourish and expand. That's that area. In the middle, it's you. You're there. You're in the middle. You're touching all the quadrant. You are there. And what do you want in life? How do you create self-care and self-compassion? Because this is where you're going to be able to fulfill everything in your life. Then we move to the right, and this is like creativity and new projects. So, are you starting a new book? Are you starting a new masterclass? I'm putting I'm creating my new method with Landy and Mike at the moment, and I'm going to be putting that in there because that my new model is going to be my new keynote. It's going to be my new masterclass. It's going to be everything around it. So this is where I'm going to be really kind of putting my new model in there. So, what creative new things you'd like to attract? And this is more of the metal element. So put some metal in there. If we look top right hand side, so this is the love corner. Really, 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 the top right hand side is your love corner. But, if it's a business side of it, it's all about business relationships. What are the partners? What are the collaborations that you need to have to make your business a good, thriving business? Those collaborations are just essential. I mean, we've talked about it in every call that I've attended with Circle of Excellence. How can you create relationship and collaboration and create real love between each other? Because that's what it's all about. If we move, we have the fire element for the marketing and reputations. What is your social media planner? How good, what kind of award do you want to win? How do you want to put some fire and elements? So you're going to have red curtains, or you're going to add some lights, or, you're going to have some fire element into that space here. And on the top left-hand side of your office space, that would be your prosperity and wealth. So I want loads of prosperity in there. I want you to put a money tree. I want you to put your jewelry box. I want you to add a tin full of money in there. I want you to have your Buddha, your prosperity Buddha in there. Anything that makes you feel prosperous and wealthy. This is where the space will be for that. So those are the 9 kind of areas that you want to look at. When you're looking at your office space, you're looking at your desk, you could do exactly the same thing around your desk. And then if you're looking at your home as a whole, you can do the same thing as a whole as well. Does that make sense, everybody? Yeah, cool. Okay, we're with it. Okay, that's very cool. Okay, so now I'm going to just share 3 little juicy Shui moves. Are we ready for moves? Yes, some Shui moves. Anthony, come on, give me a smile. Come on, come on, come on. Yes, yes, yes. Let's do this. Okay. Who likes a bit of a challenge? Who likes a bit of a challenge? Yeah, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. Where we go? Yeah, a few people. Okay, that's fine. I like Dovila. Yeah, I'm doing it. Nadia, yes, she's coming online. Yeah, just to say yes, let's do this. Okay, so I'm giving you a challenge. Tell me, is 9 minutes a lot? 9 minutes? 9 minutes is nothing, right? 9 minutes, absolutely nothing. Okay. For the next 9 days, I want you to put 9 minutes in your diaries and declutter 9 areas in your office. So it could be your drawer, it could be your desktop. I mean, I've seen some desktop, very scary desktop, right? That's just not good feng shui at all to have all those things in front of you. It could be your app, it could be your phone, it could be your anything. 9 minutes, 9 days of decluttering, right? I'm telling you, this is going to shift your mind because you're shifting the energy, you're removing things that it no longer serves you, and you're letting space for anything else. And I tell you what, decluttering is a very emotional thing, and it's very hard to clear things, right? Yeah, Nadia, you can feel you've done that before, right? We've done that exercise. Decluttering is not really kind of, people don't really like it. But there's three questions I want you to ask yourself. Do I love it? If that thing I love, I really love it. I love it. This is just, it makes me feel so happy. You can keep it. Do I need it? I mean, need it like insurance papers and, court papers, all those kind of things. Well, you need it. Okay. You need that to be with you. Anything else that you don't need, those five pairs of jeans in your that don't fit you, you haven't worn them because just in case I go back in it, you don't need them. Let go of them. Okay. So I love it, I need it, and I use it. That one, using it as well, is really important. If you haven't used something for more than 18 months, 2 years, you're not using it, right? If it's not there and it makes you joys, gives you joys. If it's a present from somebody, your mother-in-law, and it's staggering at you, and every day you're looking at it and you're just thinking, oh, this is horrible, but I have to have it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Get rid of it. Really kind of be very, very clear, because the more you're clearing, the more space you're going to get, and the more space you're going to get to receive more things in your life. So that's a really good way to do it. So that's a really very simple way to declutter your space. Number one, whatever you do, declutter your space before you do anything else. And then number two is the commanding position. So I was talking to Chris about that. I'm going to pick on Chris now. Okay, have you ever seen a mafia boss with with a door behind his back? No, because Feng Shui is here to protect you, right? If you've got a door behind you, that may means that somebody's going to come and kill you, Chris. Somebody's going to come and kill you, right? And your body is here to protect you. So every time, everything that we do in Feng Shui, it's about protecting ourselves and making sure that on the subconscious level, we are good. We don't have to oh, 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 be on edge all the time, because this is how, what happens. So the commanding position is actually giving yourself a wall behind you. So you are protecting behind you. So Dovi, you're protected behind you. Anthony, I can see that as well. You've got a wall behind you. And then you have your facing. So your door should be either on the right or on the left-hand side. So you should actually be able to see anyone who's coming without moving from your position, from your desk. Because you just need to do an eye, and that's it. You don't need anything else. Okay, I get it. I get it, Chris. Sometimes we can't do that. Okay, so let me give you a little shui move and a little extra things for you, just in case you really can't move your desk around. But I'm telling you, as soon as you shift that desk, the position of people that just that one thing, shifting the desk position is incredible. But if you really, really, really can't, put a mirror in front of you, on the side of you, because then the mirror will protect you. You can see what anybody's coming in. You don't have to turn around. Your body doesn't have to shake. And it just gives you that, ability to look into the mirror and actually see what's happening behind you. That's a good shui move, right? Okay, let's do that one. Okay. So yes, we need to be able to see the space and everything that we have around us. So the commanding position is a very, very good one. Okay, and my third little showy move for today is all about using your five senses. So neuroscience all over the world. I've researched, and the ways to our emotions is the five senses. It's a direct link into it. If you walk in somewhere and it smells, I used to work at Disney World, and you know what we used to do? We used to put French bread essential oil in the air conditioning of the French pavilion. Yes, yes, French essential oil, the French bread. And all day long, we had people queuing at that bakery and Epcot Center, because the smell of French bread, oh, just by trying to smell it, you can smell it, yeah, right? You can crunch the bread, and inside it's soft and outside it's crunchy, and the smell is so gorgeous that you can't help yourself. Your mouth is all tasting it. Can you taste it? It's amazing, right? When you start feeling and using the five senses. So a few years ago, I even decided to make my own perfume. So I created my own perfume. So we could actually use, essential oil and a perfume into an environment so people start feeling good as soon as they walk through the door. You've been in those hotels, you walk through that door and oh, that first second is magic because they connect on an emotional level. So look at the five senses around you. Look at your office, walk into your office and look, smell, hear, taste. Really kind of use your five senses and touch the five senses to connect on that emotional level. Very, very simple, but very powerful to do. Does that make sense? Yeah, very cool. Okay, so we're just coming up at the end. I want to share another little something. And because I've been working on my blueprint, right? We all know about the blueprint. Oh, yes, we've all been there. And so I've been moving from, oh, no, it's not that one. Can you see the blueprint? Yes. Okay. Okay. And so I have been moving from BizShui, which I created 5 years ago, to moving into my new blueprint. And I've been working on this. So there's still work to do. Yeah, Landy's been on a holiday. It's just not good enough, is it? So I'm kind of stuck with my blueprint at the moment. But I thought it would be quite nice just to bring it out to you and just to share a little bit. Although this isn't the one that I've. Oh, hang on. Let me just. It doesn't matter. It's not the one I got done by the designer, but that's fine. It's the whole thing is so it's a five steps. So we're looking at the inner energy of our business with the people and the culture. We're looking at the outer energy of the business with the environment and the customers. And obviously, when both of them works, you'll radiate, you'll have growth, and then you're looking at how you can really celebrate and be very proud of what you do. So I've called it the Soul Beast Path to Prosperity, I think. It feels really good. I've gone through quite a few different names, but this is when soulful meets strategy, when we bring more yin, when we lead with the yin and manage with the yang. So bringing really kind of soulful in essence and strategy in action. And this is where I want to be going the next kind of few weeks. This is where I'm going to finish off. And yes, this is me. I'll just finish with that. And thank you very much, everybody. And I think we've got time for questions, and also it'll be time to, if somebody wants to jump in and show me around, we could have a 5 minutes look around your office space. How does
Yeah.
that sound?
Claire, thank you so much for that sharing so many gold nuggets there. Wow. And don't worry, just want to make this clear. The first video call I had with my mother in this office, she said, "Was a door facing you?" So, so I've been warned twice now. But
Okay, have you learned the lesson now? Are you going to move your desk?
clearly not. But Claire, Nadia is brave enough to show us her office.
Yay!
Nadia, let me just pin you in here as well. And there
So,
we go.
so
Thanks for this.
my office is very small, Claire, but it's an interesting space because I was sitting downstairs. I've moved into my new place. I was sitting downstairs in this dining area, and I've never sat with my back to. I sit with my back to the wall. But where I am now, I've got three doors behind me, but my main entrance hall, I look straight down. So
Oh,
and
okay,
I'm
straight
facing
down.
a glass window into a big tree.
Okay.
Let me turn my Let me turn my laptop around and show you, and I work very neatly. So my space is very, oh, how do I switch
Yes,
this? Sorry, let me
remove
just
the
switch
the
this,
fluid background.
the blue. Okay.
Let's say the blurring. Yes.
So, oh, don't know how much you see. There's my
Yes.
space.
Yes. Yes. Okay. And which door do you use to get in?
So I get in here from the downstairs.
Okay, so that's
I'll
okay. So stand
walk
here
straight
for
up
me.
into my space, which
Yeah.
is standing here.
Yeah.
But then I've got a bedroom door there, a bathroom door there and my bedroom door there.
Okay. So go back to
There's my space.
where you get in from, and stand where you stand at the top of the stairs, because that would be your start of the bagua. So if you turn
Correct.
around now, as walk in. Yeah.
I'm walking up the
Okay. So
stairs
that's
now.
if you stand now and you're looking at that space, this is where the bagua will start. So
Okay.
where you've got your bookshelf right in front of you, top left-hand
Yes.
side would be your prosperity corner.
Yes.
And then when you've got on the right-hand side, top right-hand side will be your love corner. That just
Okay.
gives you the areas. For your
Yes.
desk, and I think the way you are at this moment in time, because you've got your I'd probably I would have probably put you where you've got that bookshelf there.
Yes.
That's probably where I would put my back to.
Okay. All right. I thought so while you were talking earlier on. All right.
But
Okay.
again, Feng Shui, it's about how we feel about things. So it's not about shifting things for the sake of shifting things. But hi, Melanie. It's about the way you're feeling about things. But that would be the space that I'd say move your desk. And you looks like you're using a up and down desk as well.
I am. Yeah. Stand.
So move it. So you have the windows on the right hand side. That's it. Yeah, exactly that way. You got the back, which is there, and actually the door. And actually, you've got all those doors open.
Yes.
Close them. When you're in the office, close them, because again, it's kind of energy coming from all over the place. So, kind of make your office space an office space, and then you're walking up the stairs, and as you walk in there, and because it also become your prosperity corner. So then once you moved your desk that way, and then you've got your window on the right hand side, you actually are in a position of your prosperity and wealth. So either you keep the back of it, if there's enough space to do that, and then you can put at the back of it anything that reminds you of prosperity. So you could have whatever feels prosperous to you, whatever feels wealthy to you. So you would want to have, a money, field, something, gold in that area. You want to have some of that, feeling behind you of gold. So when you're actually on the Zoom call, you would have that as a background behind you. So it feels really kind of nice and prosperous as well.
Okay, cool. That's great.
Yeah.
Yes, it does. So top right corner.
Yes. So when you're walking up the stairs, top left corner.
Yes.
That one is that's it. Yes. That's your prosperity. Top right corner is your I mean, it's difficult because you've got no space there really to put anything. The only thing you could put would be maybe between the two doors. You could put those little crystals, 9 fest crystals, in between.
Yeah.
Then it would pick up on the energy of the doors as well, stopping some of that energy going in and out of all your doors in between, because you're in that space, and at the moment it's probably you're a bit scattered in there.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Awesome. Well, thank you, Nadia.
Thank you
for participating in that.
Thank you.
And let us know when more money starts flowing in.
Yes, there's
definitely something very weird happening in my life, because lots of stuff is just removing itself. It's like very weird. Something's got to shift. I don't know what it is, but anyway,
it's something very simple. Just
it's so weird.
Take a jar and put money in it, and a very simple, another one very simple is you take a mirror, a little mirror. I've got one here actually. Let me just grab it. So you got a mirror, because mirror doubles things, right?
Yes.
You put your cash in it, double the money, and then I've got a little money tree on top. So again, very simple way of bringing more prosperity and more money into your corner. So you can just put that on your shelf, or you can put that on your desk. So on the desk, if you're standing on the desk, your prosperity corner will be top left.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Claire.
I'll send that little bagua if you want. I'll send it and share it in the group for those who want to have the bagua.
Yeah, that would be great. Thank you so much. Claire, we've got another brave soul. Melanie
Brave
wants
soul.
to ask and show hers as well.
Okay, cool.
So let me just get Melanie on. There we go. Melanie, welcome.
Hey.
Thank you. I got involved in something else and suddenly I saw you were on. I'm like, oh, please make an introduction. So I'm so grateful. Thank you. I have just moved into a brand new space, Claire.
Okay.
So, and I've got an office for the first time, which is brilliant.
Nice.
So, but let me show you, and I would love you to kind of give me an idea. So, and I heard you said front door. So my front door is there, behind me
Do
there.
you want to, so is that your, so do you want to show me your office or the whole house?
No, so I want to show you. So the front door's there, and then
Okay.
my bedroom is to the left.
Yeah.
And then when I move to the right here, I get into an office. Okay, so my office space, here's a door
Yeah.
there.
And
Then
then
to the
stay there, stop where you are, and turn your computer off now. From the left to the right.
okay, so to the left, there
Yeah.
is my, so
Stay where
this
you
is
are. So I can
mirrored,
see. Yeah. Yeah, that's
it's
fine.
cupboards, it's mirrored.
Yeah.
There is a standing desk.
Cool. That's where your desk is.
No, there is a big window, so that's where my desk is. That's where I sit here.
Ah, okay.
So back to the door,
Yeah.
and then
No. Okay.
to the
Okay.
side, there's those windows. So it's
Okay.
window, dolphins, mirror, back door.
Okay. So yeah, you're probably that's not the right place where for your desk where you are here.
Let's move it.
So yeah, definitely. So again, the best spot for you will be where your dolphins are or fishes on that wall there. And because when you're at the door and you're looking top left hand side, that's your prosperity corner as well.
Okay.
But then you would have your wall at the back, and then you can see the door on the left. When you're sitting in a new position, you can see the door on the right. So you're walking in, and then you can see you've got your desk there. So where you have the little desk, that's where you need to have your big desk.
My big desk needs to be
Here.
here. So I'm sitting here.
That position.
I've got my door there.
Yeah, and the
window
two
there.
windows. Yeah, perfect. That would be the best position. And then if you've got so your fish, actually, the fish is always the fish is a sign of prosperity. You see fishes, in Chinese, it would be good to have a big tree right by the glass, because also your big glass mirror means you're doubling everything. So just to protect you a little bit of that kind of doubling energy whilst you're working, trying to find a big tree that you can put at the end of your desk, or in front of that big mirror, so it protects you a little bit from that kind of doubling up of everything. Yeah, just
So do this and then put here where the mirror is, just put a tree there.
Where you've got that white board.
Yeah, behind me.
Yeah, put a big tree there, or put a big plant or something that grows, something that can be that grow. Yeah, something there.
Give me some height over there in the corner.
Yeah, so a bit of greenery on that side would be really good, on that side area.
Okay, love
And
it.
then when you're looking at that window, that gray window, actually it's nice. You've got silver in there. You've got some silver curtains, which is the metal element. Not the one in front of you now. The one by the door. No, the one by the door. That one. Yeah.
Yeah.
This is where your creativity and your new project, so your vision board, your model, if you have vision board and if you have those kind of things that you're doing, put it in there as well, because again, it'll be in front of you when you see it, you're walking in, you're seeing it, it's, it's kind of feels that energy, feels good. It makes you feel like, oh yes, let's do this. So that's a good place for that.
Love it. Okay, so vision board, tree,
Yeah,
back to the fishes,
yeah,
and you're in business. Okay,
yes.
let the money
So
flow, baby.
remember,
Thank you.
add a little bit out of the 5 elements, right? Because at the moment it's very gray and very white, your office. So you need to add some of the wood element. You need to add some fire as well. So I'd suggest the gray curtains that you have on that window right in front of you at the moment. The one, not that, those ones. No, keep the gray here, but put red curtains on those ones. That one, those ones, red,
Yeah.
because that'd be your fire element. Put red curtains on those ones, or some red drape, or something fiery. Put a light on, a nice big light to bring some light and fire energy in that area, because that's all your kind of, you want that energy there, that fire element.
Okay, then the desk is a wooden desk. Is that good enough to be like because it's a real wooden desk?
Yeah, perfect. Wood in that
So that's fine.
space for the wealth, and it's wealth, stroke wealth, so gross anyway. So, it's fine.
Okay.
Awesome.
And then water, do I just add like a little fountain or something?
Well, you can add, it doesn't have to be a water. It could be a picture of water. It could be something that, adds you to, or it could just be a pot plant, just bring a little pot plant into it, and you have your 5 elements into that, and then you put it on your desk, and that's your kind of 5 elements in one. But it can be just water can be represented by black. You could have a black carpet, a black row, but don't, because you've already got the mirror there, and the mirror is water anyway. So you've got that water element in here. Don't put too much water into your office. Add more fire to it, definitely. Fire and wood.
Okay, beautiful. Oh, you're a superstar. Thank you. Appreciate that. Right timing.
Yeah. Awesome. Thank you for that, Melanie. And Claire, thank you as well, guys. We're going to have to end the session here. And just want to say thank you, Claire, for sharing so much and really, really interesting. And also just want to thank everyone that's live as well, and also the offline listeners. I really appreciate all the support that we've been getting from you guys lately. I was just sharing with Claire before we started. We've been doing really good offline, so thank you so much for that. But yeah, that's it for us. Claire, is there anything you want to end off with? Last few words?
No, just if you do anything, start with decluttering. Whatever you do, don't add things if you haven't cleared up first. So really, and do it with intentions. So however you do things, however you move things, do it with intentions. So I am moving my desk. I'm putting this to be more prosperous. And kind of really kind of bring the intentions into what you do, because that's where the energy goes, right? Where the intention go, the energy goes. So do it, clear it, feng shui it, and then protect it, and then doing with intentions.
Awesome. Thanks, Claire. Well, that's it from us, guys. I hope everyone has a great week ahead, and we'll see you again next week.
Cheers.
Bye,
Bye,
everyone.
everybody.
Thank you.
Bye bye.